Hello. So I thought maybe it would be fun to just give you a little tour around my house. I'm on the, of course, stay-at-home order by the governor and been teleworking from home for about 2 weeks now. It sucks. I hate it. I mean, I'm a homebody, but I guess when somebody tells me I have to be here, I don't want to anymore. I want to go all the places and I can't. So anyway, I thought maybe it'd be fun just to do a little home tour. So let me turn this around, see if I can do this. Okay. Nope. Okay, I'm going to pause and turn it around and then come back. Okay. So this is my kitchen. This is where we'll start the tour. You can see I got new floors. I'm so excited about it. So the dining room, kitchen, and laundry room all had this light colored snap together stuff. I don't know what you call it, but I didn't like it. And then the living room and the hall had carpet. The bedrooms still have carpet, but I put in the new flooring in the hallway, the living room, the dining room, kitchen, hall bath, and laundry room. It's vinyl, luxury vinyl that's supposed to look like wood planks. So I really like it. Love how it turned out. All right, so in my kitchen, a couple years ago, I had it remodeled a little bit. I kept the old cabinets, but I painted them all. So all of these cabinets on this wall were painted white, and I got a new fridge. This is my little doggy diner that I made when I was still in my old house. I'll put the blog post link to that so you can see how I made that. This video is going to have some real life stuff, like this counter is just a mess. This is where all my bills are and my daughter's crap and obviously some paint and just random stuff. So the rest of the kitchen, the upper cabinets I painted white, and the base cabinets I painted gray. I did the tiling behind the stovetop, and I took the doors off of these cabinets to make them more open, kind of have the open shelving look. And I've got all my vintage glassware in there. I've got a collection of these pie plates. There's actually two stacked together on some of these. The lights are made from colanders. I made those. And the macrame curtain valance. I have my new farmhouse sink, which was a splurge. I wasn't going to do it because they're expensive, but I thought, you know what? I'm at that age where I can have nice things if I want them. I'm single. I can do what I want. So I did it. And I'm really happy with it. I love this sink. I did have to get a grate for the bottom because this is, I think it's called fire clay. And the reviews that I read said that they stain real easily. And so I got the grate too, because, you know, when you set dishes in there, I didn't want them to stain the bottom. I haven't had any problems with it really, so I don't know that those reviews, I mean, I guess they're true, but I don't know that that would have been my experience, but I'm not going to chance it. Over this way, so I had over here, these drawers here, the dishwasher used to be here, but then when I opened the dishwasher, I couldn't get to the garbage, which is under here, and I couldn't reach the sink very well because you're standing back here. And these drawers were right here where the dishwasher is now. So I had those switched. So that works out really great now. I took off the, can you see that? I took off the cabinet doors down here and put baskets. This cabinet up here, I took the doors off, and I actually just redid this. I see my N in menu fell down. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, I just redid this yesterday. And put in copper that I've been thrifting lately. So there's copper stuff here. And then there's a basket for texture, plant, because every good boho space needs plants, right? Some jars. That one has a collection of matchbooks in it. That little one has a tiny collection of tea strainers. Down here, there's some more copper back there. A little tiny pig cutting board that my grandpa made. In this jar are mini salt and pepper shakers. This dish cracks me up. It says calories, tiny creatures that live in your closet and sew your clothes a little tighter every night. That tray, I love that tray, but I honestly have had a struggle knowing what to do with it. Like if you set it down, I don't know what to put on it. It just seems weird. It's got all the little divided sections, but it's weird, and it's too big for a lot of places to prop up. So I'm glad that it fits in here. I think it looks kind of cool behind the old dish. I like all the old cracking and stains on this old dish. I don't know if you can see it. The little pineapple, I think I got that at TJ Maxx. It doesn't do anything. It's just a figurine. I got new counters during the remodel. Happy with those. And so over here, I'm planning to redo this pendant light, these three. Right now I have them, they have mismatched shades on them. Here, let me turn this off so you can see the shades better. I have mismatched shades on them, which I like, but I would rather have like the vintage colored glass globes. So I'm on the hunt for some of those. This is my dining room. This is where I telework every day. I have some Easter decor on my table. Don't mind the letterboard that's left over from Valentine's Day. I need to update that. This pendant light, I don't know. I made this from an old, so my daughter found this old globe thing. I'm trying to turn it on, hold on. My daughter found this during one of our windstorms. It blew into her yard at her apartment complex, and so she grabbed it. And so I think it's off of one of those large like lamp posts that people have in their yards. But anyway, it has a cutout, and so I made it into a pendant light, but I'm not really sure. I mean, I didn't get it's not straight. The painting is not straight. And I actually need to fix the wiring because it should flip on with the light switch, but instead I have to turn it on up here. And so I just need to do a little bit of wiring, switching around the wires up in there, and then it should be fine. So my dad and I did this faux brick wall with the German schmear technique, and I will link to that. I think most of you have probably already seen it, but if you're new, maybe not. I just also recently had my garage remodeled, and I have a new workshop out here. It's a mess, actually, so I'm not going to bother showing you it, but I will link to the blog post. Over here, that's a little faux succulent planter that I made with one of those vintage giant spoon things. These curtains are made with an old polka dot sheet. The sheet had a cute little ruffle on one end, so I just folded that over, and it's easy, made curtains with it. I made this. Don't pay any attention to my backyard. It's a mess right now. I gotta get out there. My dad just brought my new lawnmower to me. They got me a new mower for Christmas, so I'm actually gonna have to go mow. But anyway, it's looking pretty sad out there. So back to the tour of the inside. I just made this new, what do you call it? Bar. It's a coffee bar. I used this old buffet, I guess, credenza, but I don't know what you call it. But I used that. This bar open sign I got when I worked at the antique mall. I think that's cool. My coffee filters are in this old Folgers tin. I got this. Welcome to my bar at the Target Dollar Spot. Oh my God. You hear that? Timmy's coughing. Poor little man. Down here, obviously I have some booze, and in the tins down here, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, stuff like that. This old door I made into a clock. Got some old trunks, an old ladder I found. I think I got this one at the dump. So there's an old dump that my mom and dad and I go to sometimes. It's way out in the country near their house, and not a lot of people know about it, but enough people that they dump random stuff. And so I found this really cool old ladder, and so I'm using it as a blanket ladder. This shelving, these are actually 3 bookcases that I screwed together, just those cheap bookcases that you can buy at Walmart. Screwed them together, and then I made a new top that kind of makes them look like they're built in almost, or one unit. I put fancy edge on it. Got some old jars with twinkle lights. These my daughter used to have hanging in her apartment, these things, and they were, let's see, this spot was like bright blue, orange, I don't remember, just 70s colors, and so I painted them shades of beige and white. I like them. I think they're cool. I like how the old rustic wood is cracking. So there's Pongo. I don't know what he's doing. Sitting in his chair. Hey, buddy. Wondering what I'm doing. This poof I made from an old sweater. It's my fiddle leaf fig tree. There's Timmy. Timmy! Tim! Hey, Tim! What you doing, buddy? He's a mess. His haircut got canceled because we're quarantined, and so he's looking really scraggly. I got this light, this 3-arm light thing at Target. The deer is from an antique show. No, I don't hunt deer. I would never shoot a deer. So don't yell at me. This is old. It's like 100 years old. And I feel like, I'm rescuing it. Somebody else shot it. Somebody else did the deed, and I can't help that. So she lives here now. He, she. I made this shelf from an old guitar. Whoa. I got a new door, I think last year. So my living room, there was a solid door there before. My living room is really dark. So this window actually, even though it seems like it's letting in a lot of light, it faces north and it's tinted. So it doesn't let in a lot of light. I mean, the nice thing about tinting is the neighbors can't see in during the day. I mean, if I have the lights on and the curtains open at night, they can see in, but during the day you can't see in. So that's nice, but it makes it really dark in here. So I wanted a new door that would let in some more light, and it really helped. And then my mom and I wallpapered this accent wall. That dresser is something that I painted and stained the drawers. I think it's called a campaign dresser. I'll link to that. Just have some random little things on here. Oh, I got her when I worked at the antique mall. I love her. Oh, I almost fell over. I think she's beautiful. I don't know what she's doing, but I like her. I got this picture at Goodwill. My dad and I made this, I call it a barn door. This got posted on Apartment Therapy, and I got all kinds of flack because people said it's not a barn door. And I say, I'll call it whatever I want to call it. It's my house. It's the basic sliding barn door concept. Okay, maybe the door is not a barn door, but whatever. I don't know if you can see it, but it has laundry in the window part. And so I can, when I'm doing laundry, I can close that and kind of, it helps block out some of the noise from laundry because, right here's the TV. So it can be a little noisy. And there's this area. There's my naked button globe. Just some random stuff. This is one of my favorite pictures ever. This is my daughter and her dad when they were both young. And here's another one of them. So actually him and I still get along now. I mean, there were some years where we didn't, but we do now. And so those are his pictures, and I'm just holding them for him because he doesn't have a permanent residence right now. Anyway, I made this hanging pendant light. I made the book page wreath. There's my fireplace decorated for Easter. I made the faux succulent planter out of an old dish that I thrifted. I just got this thing. Let me move it so you can see it better. From Fred Meyer clearance section. I like it. They're little gold bees. I think it was like $8 or something. So I also got a new rug when I got my floors done. This is the first time I've ever had a rug that's actually big enough. So the rules for area rugs is that it should be big enough to where at least the front legs of your furniture are on it. I mean, obviously this chair isn't, but the couch sits nicely on it. This chair over here, everything fits nice. I think it's like a 9 by 12 or 10 by 12 size, so it's huge, and it was not expensive at all. I will try and remember to link to the company that I got that from. This is Mr. Tim's double-decker bedding. He's like the princess and the pea. I don't know why it's like that. Actually, I think because Pongo doesn't get in those beds, and so rather than having two beds, we just stacked them up. Obviously, they both get on the furniture. All right, and so we're going to take a right here and go into the laundry room. I'm excited because I'm planning a makeover of the laundry room, and I have a new sponsor that I'm working with. I'm excited about the product that they're going to send me to try out, so that'll be coming up soon. But I made this space over when I first moved in here, so I've been in this house like 5 years now. This is one of the first projects. I disguised the hot water heater just with some fabric because I couldn't figure out what else to do. Excuse me. I made the folding table that goes over the washer and dryer. I took the doors off of these cupboards and made them more open shelving. This is a really tiny room, and it gets quite a bit of light from this one window because it's south facing. Is that right? South? Whatever. It gets a lot of light. But taking the doors off the cupboards helped make the rooms feel larger. I stenciled, or I guess it's partly stenciled, partly painted, this sign onto the laundry counter. This is my beautiful daughter when she was in high school. I just recently thrifted this tray and this cute little planter, which right now is holding those rolly things that you get dog hair and lint off of you with. This lamp is cool. I just have an Edison bulb in it right now, but that's how you turn it on and off. Whoa. Some things I need to return, but the stores are all closed, so I can't. This laundry hamper was actually sitting outside of a local grocery store, and I may or may not have taken it without permission, but my story is they put it outside for a reason. They wanted somebody to take it because they weren't using it anymore. So that's my story. And don't scold me for stealing. Okay. Here's my latest Thrifty Chicks project, where I took some old camping pots and made planters with them. This is an old gun safe that I redid and made into shelves years ago. I just, the guns used to have this thingy where you'd put the stock down here and then the gun would lean up like that. And I took those out, added shelves, and I kept the cattails. It had ducks up further in the glass, and actually I was able to just scrape them off with a razor blade, but I liked these, so I left those on there. This pegboard hides the electric panel. That'll be getting a makeover too. I put in the doggy door when I moved in because, I'm at work normally. When I'm not teleworking, I'm at work like with travel time almost 12 hours a day. So that's a little bit long for the dogs to not be able to go outside. I did not have the new flooring put in this bathroom because these guys made me nervous. I mean, they were good. They were really good. But they're flooring guys, and they had to remove everything. Like, they had to drain the hot water heater and take it outside. They had to take my folding table apart, and they moved the washer and dryer, everything. And it just makes me really nervous. And so when it came to this bathroom, my dad and I made this converted dresser sink thing, and it made me nervous to have them messing with it. I don't know why. I mean, they probably would have done fine, but it just made me nervous. And there's also been issues in the past with this toilet leaking, so that made me nervous that it wouldn't get put back exactly right and it would start leaking again. And plus, I love these floors still, so I just decided not to do the new flooring in here. And at some point, maybe I'll do tile in here. These are self-adhesive peel and stick. They're made for floors. I'll link to that company. They've been in here like 4 years now, I think. And for the most part, they still look great. There's a couple of areas where, so one time my toilet flooded. Actually, both toilets in my house backed up and I had to have the whole sewer pipe in the front yard replaced. But anyway, when this toilet overflowed, some of the edges of the peel and stick tile things lifted a little bit, but it's not too bad. So this, oh, here's another Thrifty Chicks project. Can you see that? It's the, maybe if I go down, well, whatever, I'll link to it. It's the spindle challenge. I made a spindle balance. This old door I converted years ago. It's just got 2 hooks and I use it for my robes in here. There's another Thrifty Chicks project with rulers and yardsticks. And so I made a countertop with them. Another one was drawers. Another Thrifty Chicks. So I converted an old drawer into a shelf. Another project that I'm planning, I hope this year, but maybe not, is this door. I'm going to take this out and put a pocket door because, well, first of all, this door doesn't even close all the way. And whenever somebody tries to close it, then when they open it, it makes this awful noise. And it's actually started to pull off some of the stuff. Oh, did you even see that? So I want to have a pocket door in here because it's awkward too. It's a small little bathroom and it's just awkward to have a door there. And actually there was even a door on this side that goes into my bedroom, but I took that off and just did a pretty little curtain because I'm by myself here and, you know, why do I need a door here? I made myself my own ensuite, you know, like the fancy homes. The fancy, expensive $1 million homes, how you have a master bedroom and master bath. I have that. Here, so in through here is my bedroom. There's my mirror gallery wall. On this wall is an old, what do you call that? It's kind of plastic, big flower thing. Anyway, my daughter had that in her apartment and got tired of it, so it's mine now. We kind of trade. She gets tired of stuff and I take it, and I get tired of stuff and she takes it. And so the curtain, or I mean the blind, is just a plain roller blind that I covered with fabric. I got these snooze letters at an antique store. The radiator was free and I painted it. I have a thing for radiators. I'll share that post. I don't know what my trip is, but I love them. We don't have them where I live. They're not standard. So whenever I see home tours where they have radiators, I just love them. I wanted one. Of course, this one's not plugged in, but it's just sitting in my room. I think it's beautiful. Let me know if you think that's weird. That's part of my Bible collection too. No, I'm not religious, but I love Bibles. I'm weird is what I am. So I have this thing with old Bibles and also Mary, or what do you call them? Madonna or Mary figurines. I love them too. $20 off, $50 at Victoria's Secret. Can't use it because they're closed. Whatever. So anyway, there's my Mary. Excuse me. My dresser, I redid this dresser, stripped the drawers down, and I love the wood that those drawers are made from, and then painted the outside. I have my odd boho stuff on my little shelf. Let's see if I can get it better. I just have these crystals and these cool rocks. I love them. There's some more Bibles, a Buddha, this little thing. I love this. This used to be my daughter's. See how she winks and kisses? There's another Buddha. I got him at an estate sale. He was $15, but I had to have him. There's another Buddha. This is a door off of something. I found it at the thrift store, and you can see the hinges still. I don't know what it was on, but it was like this at the thrift store, so I bought it. My disco ball. This is my latest Thrift the Look project. I just posted this on my blog. I don't remember if this might have been a Thrifty Chicks project. I'm not sure. My ex-husband gave me this clock, and I took it all apart and painted it and made it into a shelf. This little door opens. Just papered the inside. And this little doll sits in here. Uh-oh. She had like a crown. Oh, there it is. That crown came off of a perfume bottle. I just mounted my TV. I'm all fancy. I told you, I've got a master bedroom and a master bath ensuite. Is that what you call it? There's my unicorn and my face mirror that I just made. A copycat face mirror. This chair is from Craigslist. I got it with the intention of recovering it, but I just never have done it. And I actually like this old fabric for now, so it's just in here. There's my closet. The closets didn't have doors on them, and I was totally fine with that because, you know, those bifold doors are always coming off the tracks anyways. So I made this footstool with just a cheap vinyl footstool, and I added feet and made it a little fuzzy cover. Here's my bed. I painted the headboard twice now. I've painted that headboard. This cactus artwork is black and white artwork that I hand tinted. I'm going to try and remember to link to all these posts. This is an old radio on a little boho stand. That's what I use as my nightstand. These are old family pictures. I've talked about these in blog posts before. This is my grandma. There she is again with her brother. Ma and other family members. I don't know who they are. I can't remember, but isn't she cute? And this one is my dad, and actually this hides this. So this house had baseboard heating, and before I purchased it, someone removed the baseboard heating, but they left the thermostats, and so I took those off, but I have never filled that hole. Probably because it's got this cute chubby baby covering it, and I forget about it. So that's my bedroom. Out here, This is the Thrift the Look Cottage Challenge. I created a boho gallery wall. To me, this is cottage. I mean, everybody has their own interpretation, but this is my vision of cottage. And to the right is my craft studio. And this pretty much explains everything. There's lots of that in here. I like to display my supplies out in the open if they're pretty. So, this just has little faux succulents waiting to be used. This shelf has lots of stuff on it. There's glitter, a bunch of old belt buckles, keys, a little coin purse. Some people find these creepy. I think they're adorable. I love them. Jars, books, just lots of stuff that I might use in some project at some point. This is my sewing machine. I made the cover with a vintage embroidered tea towel. There's my tomato pincushion collection and thimble collection. This huge disco ball is my daughter's, and it's here because she's living here right now, and so whenever she gets her own place again, she'll take this with her. But it also needs some repairing. A lot of the little mirror pieces are missing, but I think you can buy bags of them at the craft store, so we'll be fixing that. I have stuff up on this gallery wall, which is either, some of it is supplies, some of it is stuff that I have made, completed stuff that I have made, or things waiting, to become something new. Like, for example, this picture. I was going to put a quote or something on it and paint the frame. I just haven't done it yet. There's my tennis racket press shelf that I made. And there's one of my little teddy bears I made. Just random supplies. Here's some more teddy bears I made. They have little clay arms and legs and little stuffed mohair fabric bodies. Here, I'll pick him up. You can see. I like making them, but I haven't made any in a long time. Oh, he has a little heart on his arm. Forgot about that. This is what first inspired me to do the quotes on vintage paintings. This is just a poster that I got, I think, at the Farm Chicks show. Or maybe I ordered it from one of the vendors there. I don't remember. But so here's an example of an old painting that I thrifted and then put the quote on. And there's another painting waiting for that. There's my dollhouse. I have to get started on that again. I haven't done anything with it for quite a while. I just recently purchased this shelving thing. I think actually it's a TV stand at Target. And I bought the pink bins at Walmart because I used to have a whole stack of suitcases that I had supplies in, and my fabric was in the very bottom suitcases because they were the largest. Now my fabric is in all of these bins, but the problem with the suitcases, I liked the look of it, but every time I needed fabric, I had to unstack the whole stack because the fabric was in the bottom suitcase. And so then it ended up being a big mess. Like, I wouldn't stack them back up right away because I tried that a couple times, and then it seemed like I'd get it all stacked back up and go back to my project and think, oh crap, I need another piece of fabric. So I just left them all strewn about all the time, and it always looked like crap, and it was always a huge mess. So I just decided something like this would be better. And then those two suitcases, one of them has silk flowers and the other one has like paper ephemera. And there's my workbench, my bulletin board. I have to move that. That was a secret project. You're not supposed to see it yet. So I like to use old pieces to store things in. So I have lots of little random cabinets and boxes and things. This bulletin board was made from a really huge thrifted picture that my daughter had in her apartment for a while. And she got tired of it, and so I turned it into a bulletin board. And here's my little angel. She watches over all the craft goings on in here. I've had her for 20 plus years. I got her from an antique show. She used to be a window display piece in a flower shop. I think she's adorable. She has like feathers for her hair. And I put that crown on her. She has wings. She's cute. Here's another old piece that I have things stored in. And you can see I try and label things so that I can remember what's in them. I think these might be the only plastic newer storage pieces that I have. It's just two plastic drawer things that I stacked up on top of each other, and it holds like stamps and just random things, like there's a light box and stuff like that. These honeycomb things, I believe I had these for sale in my space at the antique mall, and they never sold, and I think that they're pretty, so I just decided to hang them up in here. This piece is a bookshelf from a bookstore that was going out of business. I found it on Craigslist. It's real thin, so it works perfect in here. And these boxes are old glove boxes, like ladies' glove boxes, and I use them for supplies. Actually, yeah, I guess you would fold your gloves up and put them in these divided spaces. Most of them don't have, they're just open in the middle. Anyway, all of those hold things. Those are hanky boxes. That's an old film canister, like a reel-to-reel movie. Tins, lots of jars, just lots of pretty little storage. There's buttons in these old jars. This is half of an old steamer trunk. I found it at Goodwill. I want to say it was like $5 or something. And it was locked apparently at some point, and whoever was trying to get it open like completely ruined the side of the steamer trunk. Like the other half of it has a giant hole in it, and it's not even a pretty hole. It's just, it looks like a missile went through it or something. It's awful, sad. So, but I decided to just take the pieces apart, and I used this piece I used it in my space at the antique mall for linens, and now I use it in here to store things. Here's my little Eiffel Tower collection. It's really hard to get because of the window. This magazine rack is something I found on Craigslist. And in here is storage. I just added shelves in the closet. It's kind of pretty, I guess. I mean, not as pretty as like the bookshelf I just showed you. But I've got like old hat boxes with things in them, baskets, these old letter files that they used to use in offices. This is an old like an oil can or a gas can. And I didn't do this. Somebody else made it into this cute little container. I thought it was cool. I've got some old sewing machine drawers, an old suitcase. This is an old lingerie cabinet. There's a hanging shoe thing. This side of the closet already had shelf brackets, so I just added short little shelves in there. So that's that. This thing that pictures, I think this is like an old time card file or something like that, and I just stuck a bunch of old pictures in it. This one's my grandpa. This is my grandpa too. My dad, and then some other people that I don't know. I haven't for a while, but I used to do a lot of altered art, and so old pictures are really cool to use in that. Paint is in an old 7-Up crate. I have a table. So like if I'm going to sew, I would want to sit, so I sit at the table. A lot of times when I'm crafting, I end up standing, so I am looking for a cool old bar stool or something, but I stand a lot. There's storage under here. I just used, I guess those things are newer, those little shelves. They're like those cheap particle board shelves that you can buy and stack, like from Walmart. Excuse me. That's an old shoe storage box. Oh, I got the hiccups. I got this old latch hook rug years ago at a garage sale. I've had so many people want to buy this from me, but I just love it, so I won't let it go. This wicker trunk actually has blankets in it, which is not craft related, but I don't have anywhere else to put it right now, so it's in here. These two bear rugs used to be my daughter's when she was little. My mom made one of them, I think. I don't remember which one, and somebody else made the other one for her. And this chair used to be my granny's chair, and I recovered it and painted it a long time ago. This cabinet my ex-father-in-law made for me. It used to hold like mops and brooms and things in my old house. I have added storage to it, I added shelves to it since then, so there's lots of things in there. It's in the bottom half. It's got old wallpaper rolls and things like that. This window used to be in my very first house. It actually just has chalkboard contact paper on it. So if you have an old window and you're tired of it, that's something fun you can do. You can buy the chalkboard contact paper on Amazon and make it into a chalkboard. So that's my craft studio. And then back out into the hall. This is the hall bath. My daughter is living with me right now, so I guess I can show it to you. It's not super messy, but it's not super clean either, because she just is a mess herself. I mean, she's not a mess herself. She's very beautiful. She's very clean, but she's messy. It's like she walks through a room and it feels like stuff is falling off of her and just laying there. It's weird. She leaves like a trail wherever she goes. But anyway, this is pretty clean for her. So this bathroom has the original blue sink and blue bathtub. And I just loved it. I recently redid this bathroom. I'll link to that. This shelf used to be one of those medicine cabinets that the sides open, you know, each side opened, and then you could turn around and see the back of your hair. And so I took all the doors off and stenciled inside, painted it, and now it's a really cool, I put towel hooks on the bottom, so now it works really well in my bathroom. This has got bath salts in it, tags off of clothes that I just think are cute. Again, I'm weird. I know it. I embrace it. It's all right. I got this at Goodwill. I don't remember how much, but I probably under 10. I think it was $9.99. It's from Target originally, and I think that Goodwill had it because it's this right here is these are scratches, but the way the picture is, you can't even tell. In fact, I didn't even notice it till I got it home. I have a collection of shaving brushes. These rocks are from a trip to the beach. I thought they were cool how they had the perfect little holes drilled in them from the water. This is the scary room. You only get 1 second to look at that. That's my daughter's room. She's not home right now, and I am not cleaning her room. I picked up everything else in the rest of my house, but that's her job. So she needs to clean that. Anyway, it's just a small little bedroom. It has my inventory for my Etsy shop stored in there, and it's where I ship things. Anyway, so we're back here. So I don't know if you noticed, but the dogs are looking at me like, who are you talking to? Not talking to you or you. Anyway, my house is a big circle. So you come in the front door here, and you're into the living room, you go around, and you're in the dining room, and then the kitchen, and then you can go through to the laundry room, and you can go right back to the front door, or you come in the front door and you can go straight to the laundry room. And if you go this way, this door goes out to the backyard just like the sliding glass door does. Here's that half bath, bedroom. Now we're in the hall. To the right is the craft studio. To the left is that scary bedroom, hall bath, and back to the living room. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the tour. I always like to watch people's home tours. I don't know what it is about seeing a video of how someone else's house looks. I just think it's fun. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Stay safe. Stay home. Bye.